How's it going? Trey Clark here, as I usually am. I'm going to jump right into this, as I usually do. I want to talk to you about the news being good. I'm not talking about fake news versus real news or whatever. I'm talking about that we don't have to despair. One thing I love, even though I don't agree with Crow or Owen Benjamin about everything they say, I love there's an anchor there with both of them, and now that they're working together has really, made me rethink how I'm delivering my message on a much smaller platform. Is that the news is good? People are good. I went to D.C. during Trump's inauguration, and for a little context, I joined the volunteer fire department to go put out the fires in Kuwait. Once it turns out they were put out very quickly, I joined the Marine Corps to go kill me some goddamn ragheads. And the reason I'm saying that is I was totally misled. I was full of hate. I was mob rules. And I went to D.C. during Trump's inauguration, and we met all kinds of people, a lot of liberals and a lot of, I met a Muslim guy that ran a restaurant that turned out to be our watering hole, that all he did was just tell us these beautiful stories of how he grew up. When I say the message or the anchor that Crow 777 and Owen Benjamin are leaving us with to do with what we want with, is that it's nonsense. People are good. So my wife calls me and she was like, "Did you know this and this?" And I'm like, "Woman, I've been waking you up at 2, 3, 4 in the morning with all these epiphanies." And she's like, "I know, but you're into flat earth and all that stuff, so I don't really listen to you." She's awesome. But I did have to bust her chops a little bit. But she was like, "No, we're going to win." Apparently I had a dream about a year ago. I was sleep talking, and again, I'm not religious. I was a worship leader for a while, and I've gone down a different path. But she said, "You know what you said last night, right?" I was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." She said, "In the end, God's army wins." And I was like, "Well, yeah," but I didn't remember saying it. I would have never said that to anyone. And it surprised her. And then she came across some stuff that she's doing her own journey and finding things out. And the news is good. That's what I leave out in my household. So I need to revisit that, because it's easy to find the bad stuff. It's easy to find the stuff that is frustrating, and we're being lied to, and despair, and all this stuff. And it seems like it's all happening at once. Owen's talking about, no, we're okay. Crow said some really incredible stuff about, your common man is normally good. It's the rare cases where they go off the deep end and stuff. And I remember sitting there listening to him and Jason Lindgren talking, and I was like, yeah, of course. But I don't ever relay that message. All I do, or what I've been good at, has been, they're lying to us, and they're stealing from us, and they're trying to kill us with barium and aluminum so they can light fires in Australia and all that stuff. The reality is, we're so many more as far as in numbers than they are. We can do whatever we want. I'm not saying go do anything violent or anything near that. We can do it just at the voting booth. But we don't. Black people who have genocide, there's a genocide going against them. Eugenics, that is convincing them to vote people in that want you to abort your baby and take the father out of the house. That's happening now. That sounds so morbid, but we have a way to communicate about this right now. And it might be a short range of time, because they're going to figure out ways to do to the internet what they did to the radio and TV and all that kind of stuff and control it so that they can only spoon feed us what we want to hear. What they don't want us to hear is that the news is good. We don't hate each other. Muslims and Christians don't have this dog and cat animosity at its core. And it's important that we remember that. Peace is what most of us want. If you look around, go talk to anyone. Who doesn't want peace? Who do you know personally that just wants to go out and seek and destroy? Probably nobody, and the people who are psychopaths. Unfortunately, those types of psychopaths convince us to vote them into office because they're lying motherfuckers. The news is good. We win. We win in the end of this. That's where I've been getting it wrong. The news is good. We're going to have some hiccups and we are going to have to fight some wars. Sometimes internally, sometimes just fighting the war of cutting this crap out of all this nonsense that they give us to fight about and say, you know what? I need to concentrate under my roof. I have 3 children that if I would have 10 years ago concentrated more about their well-being and our relationship than I did about fucking goddamn Fox News or all that shit, just erase all that and just devote it to the kids, I'd be better off. So, and that's the message that I think is getting out there. I want to be part of it. If you want to be part of it too, you know, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And there's a lot of haters out here. I just started this channel. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, you know, all that fucking shit. But it's good. Remember that. Because it's easy to get beaten down. But that's the war. They want us to fight each other. They want us to be in despair. They want us to be upset. They want us to be worried about our work day, paying our bills, and blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying, have I been kind to my wife today? Have I told my children that I love them today? Because that's dangerous to them. Remember that. That's the whole goal of what they're trying to destroy the bridge between us and our children, us and our family, especially men. Men and the people we're meant to lead under our roof. Okay? The news is good, but we better use the good news to our benefit and not cower in despair. Thanks again to Owen and Crow, Jason, Lindsay, all you guys for doing what you're doing, and you're inspiring me in a big way. Cheers, guys.